So, Thomas Hora, welcome to Air Sports News. Where are you right now, Thomas?
Hey, Regan, I'm in Prague right now. Mercedes-Benz, my employee, sent me on an assignment here, and I really do enjoy it being in Prague. It's a very beautiful city.
I didn't know you worked for Mercedes-Benz. What do you do?
I work there in customer services, so responsible for services, warranty, spare parts, and that for Poland, Czech Republic, Slovakia, Hungary, and Romania.
Sounds amazing. How's the restrictions there at the moment then with COVID-19? Are you free? Or?
We quite had some big restrictions. As you know, these countries were very affected by COVID.
Yeah.
Especially the Czech Republic was for a long time leader in the COVID, if you want to say leader.
Yeah.
So we had tough restrictions, but they're easing up now. So the things are getting better here, and the restrictions are easing up. The shops are opening, and what is very important for the Czech Republic, maybe also the pubs will open up sometime soon.
The pubs are all shut here in Montreal, and it's been almost a year. No bars, no restaurants, nothing.
Yeah, that's tough. Our bars were open like 2 weeks before Christmas, but that was maybe the cause why the numbers went up so dramatically.
So you just, was it a flight for the German Cup? Is it the Duca Cup? What is it? The German competition?
Cup. Yeah. So Peter and I were planning on a long flight anyway, since I cannot fly gas balloons right now. So what's the next best thing to do is fly hot air balloons. And Peter and I were planning on a long flight anyway. He built a high performance balloon, or his company Kubicek Balloons built a high performance balloon, and we tried that one out like in February and had a really nice fuel consumption there. And so when the weather started to sign up that we could fly to Romania, we said, hey, let's go for it. And obviously I also used it for the Duty Cup, which is a really nice initiative by the German Balloon Federation.
Yes.
And so, we applied for it. And actually, we wanted to fly during the day. So the original plan was to fly during the day. Unfortunately, on Saturday during the day, Peter had instruction lessons he had to give. And on Sunday during the day, the weather would have taken us to the Ukraine.
Right.
Which probably is not a good place to be right now. And so we had decided, okay, so let's try a night flight. None of us has ever flown through the entire night before with a hot air balloon, but let's try it. And did some calculations, and after the calculations, we assumed that we would have a higher fuel consumption anyway, but we still thought we would have some endurance around 12 hours. But then, I don't know if I should continue, but then we launched right with sunset.
Yes.
And we had 10 King bottles there. The balloon was nicely fixed, and we had a lot of friends helping us inflating the balloon and putting all the stuff together. Woodsy Wagner, who you know as well.
Yes.
He gave me his oxygen and a spare transponder. So we were really nicely equipped, and right with sunset we took off, and we went right to flight level 140, which is about 4,500 meters.
Yeah.
And in this flight level, when we came there, our first tank was gone, after 33 minutes. So we were like, whoa, that doesn't look too good, but okay, it was because we went up, and that needs some energy, but when the second tank was gone after 41 minutes, the calculation started. And so we tried to fly a bit lower, but still even keeled, in order not to consume too much gas.
Yeah.
To cut a long story short, we made it. We made it till sunrise, but we had some plan B to land at night in Hungary. Which we fortunately didn't have to do, because the last tanks lasted some more than we thought. They lasted 1 hour 20, and so we were we landed like 10 or 5 or 10 minutes before sunrise and had like 15 minutes of gas left. So
incredible, incredible.
A close call.
Yeah, and a real adventure, eh?
It was a real adventure. It was also from ATC's perspective very interesting. So we flew through Czech Republic. The ATC was great there.
Yeah.
Also in Slovakia. Then we were headed over to Budapest in Hungary. For a time, we were the only aircraft in the entire airspace at night. You know, there was nobody else in the air.
Wow.
So we were in contact with Hungary anyway before, because we said in case we would have to land there, how should we proceed? Because in the NOTAMs there was something you have to land at designated airports. But we figured that out with them. They were very helpful because they understood that a balloon cannot land at a designated airport.
Yeah.
And in Romania, was something different. They wanted us to land at the airport as well. And when I said, no, I'm landing now off field, you know, they somehow assumed that it was I don't know, emergency landing or whatever.
Right.
And we were welcomed by fire brigades, by ambulances, by police, by everybody.
Wow.
Good to know that it works. Good to
Yeah.
know it works. You know, they were there on the spot when we landed.
Were they already there? Were they waiting for you?
Well, not really waiting. When we landed, in that moment, they came out of every hole.
Wow.
But a little bit disappointed they didn't have anything to do, but absolutely nice. I mean, incredibly forthcoming, incredibly nice people welcoming us in Romania. I also talked to ATC in Bucharest, and they also welcomed us. So it was a very warm welcome in Romania for us.
Did you have any postcards for them or pins?
Yeah, I had some pins and postcards, and actually I brought some sweets along. You know, there's some. Actually, I'm eating just one. It's this year.
Yes.
It's a Czech sweet, oplada it's called. And we had this with us in the basket as a giveaway. So
fantastic! It's such great, amazing stories from ballooning always. What about the Gordon Bennett this year, Tomas? What are you thinking?
It will be a tough call. It will be a tough call. I don't know. I'm not too much in contact with the organizers, so I don't know when they do have to do their last call, because obviously you have to arrange a lot of things ahead of time. I truly believe the situation will be much, much better in August. I actually also believe that we will be able to travel. The question is whether you can let such an organization run on a belief and not on a knowing, you know, that it's better. Yes. And so, to be honest, I don't envy the organizers for taking a decision for this year's Gordon Bennett. It has been put to a different location, I've heard, away from Wrocław to Torun, I think it's now or so.
I didn't know that, actually.
They have a new location, which is a little bit closer to the Belarus border than Wrocław was. So there's the COVID situation. Then there is the situation that if you have bad weather, you have just a race to a line. So let's see what they come up with. It will be a tricky decision to do.
Yes, can you imagine being in that situation, being part of the top team, having to make those calls? It's not easy for them, is it?
No, it's not easy at all. And whatever you do it wrong. You know, if you call it off right now, and then it would have been feasible to do, everybody says, you could do it, you know.
Yeah.
If you don't call it off and you can't do it, then you probably are stuck with thousands of euros of money, which you never will be able to retrieve.
Yes.
So the decision is a very tough one. Yes.
Yeah.
But actually, if it happens, I'm looking forward to it, as every year.
Have you got an official role this year, or what is your plan?
No, there's no official role this year at the Gordon Bennett. So I will probably support some teams as a how should I say, command center.
Yes.
Nevertheless, there's no official role for me in this year's Gordon Bennett. But with Switzerland, we are looking for forward, and there I will be in an official role there.
What, for both teams?
Once again, please.
For the Swiss teams, for Swiss.
No, in Switzerland, the next Gordon Bennett after the Polish Gordon Bennett.
When you're in Switzerland, yes.
And there I will be in the event committee.
Yes. All right. So, Thomas, tell me a bit about how it all started for you with ballooning. How far back does it go?
Very, very far. So basically, the first picture of me is with me and my mom in hospital, and the second picture is with me and my dad in front of a balloon. And so I'm a member of the Stuttgart Balloon Club. This one here, this balloon club. So and my father, who was a refugee from the Czech Republic, was kind of welcomed by the because he was a balloonist already in the Czech Republic. Yes. He was welcomed by this club. And so that's how he ended up in Stuttgart, and I was born there. And since that time, I'm a member of the Ballonsportgruppe Stuttgart, which is a very special club. As you know, we have a youth group, and the balloons are owned by the club. And so that's so I'm all my life with this club, and very proud being a member there. And as it usually goes, you go as a kid, you start in our club in the youth camps. So we were in the youth camps, and then when you get older, some 18 years old, you do your pilot license, then you do your gas balloon license, and that's how all of this went. Then I did some racing, some Gordon Bennetts, and now I'm more in the senior role of an examiner, instructor, and an advisor.
What happens now this time of year at the weekends? What's a typical weekend like at the club?
At the club, well, if the weather is nice, we're flying. We're flying. We're just doing fun flights. Some of our more ambitious pilots do flights for the Duty Cup. So we have about 4 or 5 pilots who compete in the Duty Cup. So that will be something really nice. And usually on Friday evenings we meet together. Currently we meet together on a Zoom conference, but obviously if there is no COVID, then we meet in a restaurant or in a pub. And depending on how the weather is, the alcohol consumption is higher or lower.
Love it. Yeah. What about the young people coming in? You say you have a great team with with Ben and all those guys. When the a young person joining, what is expected from them? I mean, financially, what is expected from them?
Well, our expectations are not financial. So our club is more a club who wants to enable everybody from all income levels to be able to do air sports. Right. So the financial burden is not that high, and I'm talking here about a low 3-digit number in euros. So 200, 300 euros a year. Wow. And you're good for flying, you know. Wow. But a club like that, where everything is done on a voluntary basis, you know, so everything is done on a voluntary basis, requires people who also do things on voluntary basis, you know, whether it's fixing the car, whether it's fixing the trailer, whether it's servicing the burner, or doing some administrative stuff, having the website, or things like that, you know. Yes. So that's what we expect of someone. We don't expect financial things from anybody young coming in our club. Yes. Yes. So also as an instructor, we do it on our free will, free time, and everybody is contributing into our club.
When I was a little boy, it was something I never considered, and I'm sure I could have found similar things, similar places in the UK. It was just something which never occurred to me, and I'm sure so many young people would love to go and spend the weekends. I mean, who wouldn't?
It's a fun. You know, we love spending the weekends with each other. You know, yes. The people, they have this common interest, and you know that at ballooning, it's not a single sport. You always are 2-3 people in a basket. You have 2-3 people as a crew, and we spend the days or the mornings or evenings together, and that's a fun part. Yeah. especially if you have a lot of other young people or people your age around yourself.
My age, yeah. I used to be a young person. But that's the thing. That's the thing about air sports, isn't it? We all get together. We have a weekend together. Well, that's how it was when I first started skydiving. It was a small little club. We'd have a barbecue. We'd all go to the pub together. If the weather, if we weren't flying, if it was bad weather, it didn't matter. We were just all telling stories and really great times. That's what I remember about the weekends.
Yeah, I see that. I don't know if you have ever been to Woodsea's airport. I call it Klatovy.
Yes.
And when all the skydivers meet there and spend the weekend, or even at the boogie a whole week there, that's with the pink Skywan, then
yeah,
it's a cool thing,
Yeah.
And the same with the ballooning, and we meet for meetings. So this time of year is a good meeting time of year.
Right.
Obviously, due to COVID, everything is canceled. But usually, sometimes 1st of May, that's when it starts. The meeting starts, and then you meet with other crews and pilots, and just have a good time,
Yeah. What's in your horizon? What have you got planned over the next few weeks or months, Thomas? What are you going to be doing?
Ballooning wise, probably yes.
Or in everything really.
So I'm looking forward to how So obviously the job keeps me very busy. So I will be doing a lot for my job right now. Nevertheless, I'm looking forward how Europe opens up. So if Europe opens up, we'll be very, very glad to go to Todi in Italy, where there's a balloon meet, very nice, very relaxed balloon meet, with good food and nice flying there. I got an invitation to Switzerland, to Ebner Kappel. I'm really looking forward to that one. That's sometimes in September. Obviously, if the United States allow, I'm absolutely keen on going to Albuquerque to the Balloon Fiesta there.
Right.
That's like my goal this year.
Yes. Have you been?
And let's see how much what
have you been to previous years to Albuquerque?
Yes. I as a 16-year-old, I spent a whole year living in Albuquerque.
Wow.
And since that, I maybe have missed 4 or 5 fiestas, and otherwise I was there almost every year.
Yes.
To be at the Balloon Fiesta. It's a cool event. It's a really nice event. Have you been there?
Not yet. We keep talking about it. We keep trying to make it happen. It's just once or twice I was going to be there, but it was too close to the Gordon Bennett, and we just need to get. And now with the border being closed, I'm in Canada, so the border with the States is closed. We cannot travel into the States, so I think we're all just waiting to see what's going to happen over the next few months, aren't we? Really?
Yes. But in case you come to Albuquerque this year, you know where to find me.
I know where the party is going to be. Thomas, it's been really good to catch up with you, my friend. Good to see you. And
good seeing you too, REGAN.
I hope you get to one of the bars and have some nice Prague beer over the next.
Well, as you know, I don't drink at all. I don't drink at all.
You don't?
No. I'm how should I say, a spoiler? I don't know. It doesn't taste good to me, so I don't
that's
drink
good.
any alcohol.
That's good. Somebody's got to take the minutes and take the notes.
Exactly, and be able to drive. Yeah.
You take care, my friend, and good to see you.
You
take
too.
care. Bye.
You too. Bye.